Hello, everyone. It is Pat, and welcome back to my channel. Today is the 29th of December. We are entering into our last week of the year. So today's video is look ahead at our energies just for the upcoming week in this particular video. Very shortly, I'm going to be doing the one for January and, maybe a prediction one for 2025. So be on the lookout for those. But for today, we're just taking a look at our last week of the year, okay? And as we're transitioning to the new year. So I have a wonderful, I'm using the Wisdom of the Oracle card deck by Klipper and Reed in this cute little pocket size that they have now for this deck. And I've also been practicing working with the Rider-Waite Tarot. So I picked a few from each of the decks to see what our general energies are for the week. So we start out, we have this from Klipper and Reed's deck, the Orphan card in protection. So, I mean, this for me is about, I think as we go into our week, it's about getting out of the house, okay? The need to get out of the house, not feeling like we're stuck inside, orphaned, having that fear of missing out, okay? In a very just real way, it's getting out there with people. And yeah, getting out. And then we have middle of the week as we come into the new year, of course, this All That Glitters card. And in a very straightforward, practical way, it's the glitter of the new year. I mean, the new year, we throw up confetti. We even have, masks and stuff that we put on as part of our celebratory process. So it's, kicking that up. It's about all that glitters with the welcoming in of the new year. Okay. And at the end of the week, we have this co-create, which, speaks to the fact that we're looking ahead to our year. We're maybe making our resolutions. We're thinking about what we, looking ahead to the year, maybe doing some long-term planning, thinking about what we want to create for ourselves. And the fact that it's called co-create is just simply about the fact that it speaks to the fact that our partner in creation is always spirit. Okay, however you conceive of that to be. We get our inspiration from the divine, from our higher self, however you think of that. And so it's about working with that energy to bring things into being for our new year, okay, or for the year ahead for us. So we're getting out, having a good time, we're looking at celebrating, and we're thinking ahead to our year of what we want to co-create, getting inspired, okay? Now, the tarot gave us a little bit deeper look into some things that are going on this week. We have the Hanged Man, which is a card about sacrifice, but it also, just in this general picture, it speaks to kind of looking at things from a different perspective. This guy is kind of like content, hanging in this upside down position. And he's got like even the light around his head, which in many ways can be, it's in a way it speaks to that Orphan card, looking at things from a different perspective, okay, shining some light onto, taking that look at what's going on in the past year, and healing those parts of ourselves that maybe we have orphaned throughout the year, that we have neglected, taking an honest look at that, and healing that aspect as we head into, the new year that's coming in. Now with the new year, there was two cards in that middle of the week that popped out here. And one is the Six of Cups, which shows the image of a man walking away, okay, from these cups here. And the tarot cups represent emotion, and as does water, okay? And you've got both going on here. And we've got the Lover's card in reverse, which is about breaking up from things, where so there may be, and maybe you're looking back at, or are in some situations that are very emotional that you want to move away from, okay? And you're kind of breaking up with it there. Now, the breakup could be at a personal level. Maybe there's a relationship that you need to move on from that's had too much drama for you. Maybe it's moving on from a career. Maybe it's in a very real way, it's looking at, okay, what habits do I have? What things am I attached to that are no longer serving me. Maybe you've had an addiction to sugar that really isn't serving you anymore. You know, a lot of times people's resolutions in the new year about weight loss and things like that. So it's looking at the habits that you've been bound up with uh, that have been contributing to that, and being willing to break up with them. Okay. I mean, we can certainly see on the world stage that in a very real way, we might see breakups going on in, in celebrity relationships, or some political relationships where there's a bromance going on, and there's very big egos at play there. But at a personal level, I think it's just showing us that this week we're looking at what is no longer serving us anymore. What do we need to break up with, walk away from? Okay. And finally, the Ace of Cups came up at the end of the week. Woo, in that same position where the co-create is. And the Ace of Cups, it's like this hand is coming in with this cup that's overflowing with the bounty of the water. And it's got the dove of peace kind of diving into it. Now, the Ace of Cups has to do with, looking towards things that are more fulfilling to you personally, or maybe personally and professionally. It's about being able to receive love and, new abundance coming in. So there's clearly here a transition that's going on this week, not just the change of the new year, but a transition for us, maybe in our individual lives and looking in the world as a whole, of getting out, not staying at home in our isolation or anything like that, getting out, getting a different perspective, celebrating the new year, moving on from what doesn't serve us anymore, and looking to the new year to what we want to create, what's going to be fulfilling for us. What can we bring in that has a more heart-centered, fulfilling, it's more heart-centered and fulfilling for us. So anyways, those are the energies I see coming in this week. As I mentioned, I'm going to be doing a, January reading, as I do for, each month. And I also may dive into doing, looking ahead to 2025, what's coming up for our year ahead. So thank you everyone so much for watching. I hope you have a happy and lovely new year, and a safe new year too. And I look forward to speaking with you again soon. Take care, everyone.